Hello, beautiful people, and yes, I'm talking to each and every one of you. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Kendra, and I'm sure you can tell by the title, but today I will be doing part 2 of my DBT review of my DBT review series. I did post the first one already, however, you don't have to watch them in any specific order, but the order that I'm going in is the order that we had learned them, I guess, went through each module. All right, so the second module that we went through was distress tolerance, and I was so excited for this one because every time I'm in distress, it's like I completely forget what to do. Sometimes I don't even know what to do, and it's just really hard for me to calm myself down, or it used to be super difficult to calm myself down naturally. I actually found out that some of the things that I have been doing in the past were some of the things that they recommend in distress tolerance. So it's almost like subconsciously I was already practicing these skills, but I did learn a few new ones at the same time. Since there is a lot that goes into distress tolerance, I do have my notes here. So if you see me looking down occasionally, that is why. And I apologize, but my memory sucks sometimes and I can't remember every single thing off the top of my head. All right, distress tolerance. And like I said in the first video, there are a lot of acronyms. All right, so the first step to distress tolerance is that we were taught is distracting. The acronym for this is accepts, and the phrase is wise mind accepts, but the keyword is accepts, and that's where all the acronyms will come. For accepts, the A stands for activities, so that's doing something to distract, to take your mind off of the situation just for a moment. These activities can include focusing on a task that you need to get done for the day, and watching a movie or exercising or reading or anything to help get your mind off of that situation. Contributing, meaning helping a friend, giving away some of your old clothes or something like that. And also you can surprise someone. I feel like I use that one a lot because I love like big gestures, and I always surprise my boyfriend with like the most random things, and it just makes me feel really good, and I really like seeing him feel good because it's something that he hasn't had in the past. So I definitely want to make sure that if I know that a person hasn't had the chance to feel special or anything like that, I want to give them that experience, and that makes me feel good. The second C in accepts is comparison. So you can sit and think about, when was the last time that I felt this way and how did I get through it, or look back in the past like I do and remember that I've been through something worse, so I will get through this. And you can compare yourself to people who have it worse, but remember to still validate your emotions. So I did a video on comparing trauma, and this might sound contradicting, but it's actually not, because I'm saying you can compare yourself to someone who has had it worse. You can be grateful that you didn't have it as bad as that person, but that doesn't mean that you aren't allowed to process the emotions that came with your experience as well. So you're still validating your feelings, your emotions, but you are still grateful that it's not worse. The E in accepts stands for emotions. So you can do something to help you express your emotions. Like for me, I listen to some sad music sometimes. Even if it's not sad, it could be something that makes you happy, cry, or also I'll turn to Grey's Anatomy because it makes me cry sometimes, even if it's not my own emotions that I'm crying about. Because I'm an empath, I can't put myself in that person's position, whether it's fake or not, in a show, whatever. I'm still going to cry about it. And yeah, it really just helps me get a good cry out if my body is just being stubborn and not allowing me to feel and cry. Another thing is, if you don't want like that sad crying emoji, if you don't want that sad crying emotion, you can also watch something funny, watch something that will make you laugh. You can read joke books, something to trigger some type of emotion to help you express. The P in accepts stands for pushing away. Now, this doesn't mean that you are throwing the situation away and never visiting it again. It's you just taking a step back from it, leaving mentally, just leaving it for the day or something like that and coming back to it once you've gathered your thoughts and came up with a way to approach it in a healthier way. For me, I do this because I just need a moment. Sometimes when I'm in distress, I need a moment of silence to process my thoughts, to bring down my tense feelings, because I'll get like these really tense headaches whenever I'm in distress, and also I might start shaking and all that. So I try to treat my physical symptoms first before I try to solve the issue. So a lot of the times in the past, whenever like my boyfriend and I would get into an argument, I would just kind of remove myself from the room. I'll go and sit in another room, or I have gone and sat outside for a moment, got some fresh air or something like that, and I would sit there and search up funny videos. A lot of the times it's like searching up Family Feud episodes on YouTube of like the weirdest answers, and watching pranks and stuff on YouTube, or just looking at memes as well. That's what I do to temporarily push away the problem until I can deal with it on a healthier level. Oh, but their examples in the module in the DBT program was doing stuff like stepping away, and then also you can actually just yell no. Like once you have that issue coming into your brain, like once you're acknowledging the problem that is coming up, you can just be like, no! Oh my gosh, I hope I didn't hurt you guys. I hope I didn't hurt your ears. But you can literally just yell that. And it might actually trigger you to laugh, because especially if you're dealing with something alone, you might be like, who am I talking to? But it works. I've done it before. I have. You can also build an imaginary wall between you and the problem until you're ready to take it down and deal with it. So there's that as well. The T in accept stands for thoughts. So you can count to 10, or one that will work better for me because I'm an artist is counting the number of colors in a painting, or even acknowledging the number of like the colors that are in the painting. And you can also do puzzles and read, just something that gets your mind, your gears going. And then the S in accept stands for sensations, and that's doing something that activates all of your senses. So you could squeeze like a stress ball, listening to really loud music, but not in your earphones, like just with a speaker or something, because you don't want to cause ear damage. You can hold ice in your hand or in your mouth, or take a cold or hot shower, whichever works for you. What I learned from the accepts acronym and just how I implement it in my life is I will do the distracting things. So whenever I'm in distress, I will turn to like my favorite TV shows, maybe my favorite food, maybe listen to some music for long periods of time, and I will get outside and just kind of remove myself from the situation as well. But I will revisit the issue once I have collected my thoughts and when I'm able to approach it. My boyfriend will also sometimes, he'll always do something random or like weird. This one time, quick story time, I'm sorry. But this one time I was really down, so I was just laying in the bed here, and he came in and he laid on top of me, and I was like, what? Like he literally just laid on top of me. I was laying on my side and he laid on top of me, like his stomach facing me, right? And me, like, it was so random. So I was like, what are you doing? Like, and he's like, I'm being your weighted blanket. And I cracked a smile and I actually started laughing. I was like, what? Like, it was just something so like, I didn't know if I should laugh or if I should be in awe, but I guess it's safe to say that I was both. But it was like, what? And just someone putting in that effort to bring me out of an uncomfortable state was enough to like bring me out of that state, I guess. And I think the pressure actually did help me. So, but the second acronym in The second acronym in distress tolerance is improve. And so the I stands for imagery. So if you imagine a relaxing scene, this goes hand in hand with like mindfulness, I guess, because you're imagining that, you can imagine that you're somewhere relaxing, or you can imagine just maybe you're looking at a really cool nature scene like the mountains. Me being in Alberta, I always love looking at the mountains. And you can also imagine a beach. You can turn on some sounds of like waves crashing and close your eyes and actually imagine you being there. We actually did something like that on our couples channel, and I'll put the link right here. The M in improve stands for meaning. So finding a purpose or a meaning behind the painful situation and trying to focus on the positive aspects of it. I think that there is a positive side to almost every situation, and just think of like what lessons you can learn from that, and what is this experience teaching me, sort of thing. That's how I approach it anyway. The P is for prayer. This doesn't mean that, oh, you must be Christian or something like that. It's really just opening your heart to a supreme being and asking for strength to bear that pain. And it's ironic because there's a stigma around therapy when it comes to Black culture. Back in the day, like Black people were always like, oh, just go to church and you don't need therapy. And it's like, you can't, it's not illegal to do both though. You can still be religious or spiritual and still go to therapy. The R stands for relaxing. So you can give yourself a little massage, maybe rub your neck, rub your head. You can rub your feet. I rub my own feet a lot of the times, and I also massage. I massage anywhere like I feel the tension, really. I really love giving myself like temple massages though. That's my favorite. And then you can do like stretches, yoga, take a nice relaxing bath, set the mood, light some candles and stuff like that. Do what makes you relax. The O stands for one thing in the moment. So focus on one thing in the moment and stay present in that moment. Don't worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. Don't worry about what has already happened yesterday. Stay in the present. And vacation, and this doesn't mean spend thousands of dollars on a vacation. The recommendations that they gave in the DBT program were actually kind of funny, because one of them is to go lay in your bed and pull the covers over. But I think an important way to do this for me was to just put your phone down for the day. Don't use your phone for the day. Just disconnect yourself from social media. You don't have to like answer texts or calls, as long as you're not expecting like important calls or anything like that. Just put your phone down for the day and be with yourself. Just take in your own presence. Get out into nature. Even if you can't go off to like Mexico or something like that, bring a blanket to the park and just sit in the park, listen to the birds and everything. Take a vacation from reality for a moment. The E is encouragement and rethinking. So be your own cheerleader while you're doing something. For me, when I'm brushing my teeth sometimes, or when I'm, doing my skincare thing, I will say things like, I will get through today, or I'll be like, oh, go girl, literally cheer yourself on. Basically, it's positive affirmation. So you can be like, I am doing the best I can. And this issue is not going to last forever. This pain will not last forever. It will pass. View it as a storm cloud. The storm comes, it rains, and then it goes away, and then the sun comes back out again. Something big that I learned in distress tolerance, it has to do with radical acceptance. And the main thing that I remember from that is that no matter how I react to the reality, like rejecting it and just not accepting it, won't change the reality. The reality will always be there. That's why it's reality. So no matter how you feel about it, it's still happening either way. So you can either choose to face it on a positive level or a negative level. Oh, and then this one I have actually been using a lot. I say actually a lot, I know. But it's changing your body chemistry. So you can do this with cold water. You can put cold water on your face, or you can actually dunk your face in cold water and hold it for 30 seconds. But if you can't do that, cold water on the face or like ice pack, whatever, you can do intense exercise. And one that I have been implementing was just doing random jumping jacks. Just do something that gets your heart racing, like just intensely for a moment. You don't have to do it for like 10 minutes or so, even just like 2 minutes. Just do jumping jacks, run in one spot, or dance. I do a lot of dancing as well, so that helps me. You can do paced breathing, and you can do paired muscle relaxation. Now, if you do take the DBT program, they will take you step by step on how to do all of these skills and give you the best examples and stuff like that. I will link the videos below, because in each module they do show you videos, and I will link all of them below in the description box. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. I certainly did. Some of the things that I still do, I tend to do the cold water thing a lot. It seems to just instantly calm me down, and I've gotten to the habit of kind of doing a quick like cold wash when I'm in the shower. At the end of my shower, I'll turn the water to all cold really fast, and you don't have to stand there for 30 seconds. It's okay. But I just like give myself a cold wash right before I get out of the shower, so when I get out I feel so relieved. I feel so refreshed when I get out. And also it's good for your skin, because after you have washed your body and washed your face and everything with the warm water, the cold water will close your pores, so it's actually beneficial in more than one way. But until then, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate all your support, and feel free to share my videos with people who you think might benefit from it. Until I see you guys again, bye.